Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer, y'all. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. But if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at AMD. Let's get to the 30-minute chart. Okay, we closed at 218.09, and as you can see, we've been trading in this little zone here, resistance. Something stopped us at this 225.80 area. I need to remember that. Why? Because again, something stopped us at that place, right? So as of now, we're kind of trading. Support is around, I'm going to mark that here. Support is around the 223.20 area. Resistance, we can say, is around this 224.49. Again, it's kind of like trading in the zone. I look at support and resistance on a smaller scale. So where are the trouble places as of now? We would need to get back above this level 225.80, breaking that 226.81. Should we break that for AMD, next level is around the 230.17. Keep in mind, we could very well get stopped out anywhere in this area. So breaking that, we can come back to this around the 233.48. And again, we could very well get stopped out here. So breaking that 233.48 area, the next level is around the 237.75. Again, we could very well get stopped out in between that, right? So should we break that 237.75 or 237.80 area, 240.87 is the next level for AMD. Now back to the downside, say for instance we break under 233.20, the next level is around the 222.15, breaking that level 221.49. Should we break that, we can use that ATO trail and stop around the 220.77 as of now. Should we break that level, 219.89, and breaking that brings us back to around the 218.69, which will put us under that 200 EMA as of now on this 30-minute chart. Now should we break that level, 217.98, and breaking that brings us back to around the 216.70. I'm going to mark that. Why? Because something stopped us here. 216.83 area, 216.80. Should we break that for AMD, possibly 215.16, and breaking that, now see we can come back to the 212.49, very well get stopped out anywhere in between this area here. So breaking the 212 area, 212.48, the next level for AMD is around the 210.34, which puts us back in this zone here. So if you are trading AMD today, I said often, y'all, trade carefully, mark your levels. Once it goes against your reason for getting in the trade, get out, right? So we are now looking at Meta. We close at 708.65, and it seems like we're moving up. However, this 200 EMA here, that will be interesting to watch. Is it going to continue, bounce us to the upside or bring us back to the downside? So that's something to be mindful of, right? So I'm going to see if I can make that. There we are. Okay, so as of now, we can say the support area is around the 714.53, resistance somewhere around 715.29 as of now. This candle has not closed, let's say that, right? So where are the trouble places for Meta today? 715.58, again at 716.34, 717.04, 717.79, 718.63, 719.08, and should we break that today, 720, and breaking the 727, 2076. Those are possible areas of resistance for Meta today. So say for instance we break under the 714.13, which is around that 5 EMA as of now, that's kind of holding us up. Should we break that, we could very well come back to 712.86. Again here at 712.03, breaking that level, 711.27, 710.79, breaking that level brings us back to 709.86, breaking the 709.86, 708.77, 708.27. Those are possible areas of support for Meta. Should we break that 707.57 and breaking that level 706.90 and under that 706.48. So those are possible areas of support and resistance. Again, y'all, not financial advice. So we're now looking at NVIDIA. Where are the trouble places? As of now, we closed at 180.03. Looks as if we bounced from there only to come back up. Y'all see we got rejected at that ATR trail and stop. So we've tested that area a few times. Is it going to be a strong resistance, or are we going to break through that? It's something to be mindful of, right? Let me see if I can make that a little bit. There we are. So support as of now, 183.92. We can use that ATR trail and stop as a resistance area, which is around the 184.84 area. Should we break that as of now? Possibly 185.16 could be a rejection area for NVIDIA, and 185.60, breaking the 185.60, 185.87, breaking that level 186.23, which is kind of close to that 200 EMA right there, right? So breaking that, we could possibly have trouble again, 186.85, breaking that 187.37. Now, should we break the 187.37, 188.23 is the next level that I have for NVIDIA. However, we could very well get stopped out in this area here. So if you are trading NVIDIA to the upside today, those are possible areas of resistance. Now, to the downside, there's a few layers of support here. So we're going to say under the 183.99, well, under the 183.74, let's say that. If we break that level, the next level 183.44, and breaking that 183.05, should we break that 183.05, 182.56, something held us up here, right? So let's look at it here and here, the body of the candle here. So that 182.56 area, breaking that 182.14, there's a few layers there down to the 181.89. And should we break that for NVIDIA today, 181.53, breaking that 181.28 and 181.07. There's a few layers of support here. However, breaking that brings us back to the 180.78 and breaking that level 180.31. Keep in mind, y'all, I look at it on a smaller scale. Why? Because when I'm in the trade, I kind of want to know where my possible trouble places could be, right? So if you're trading NVIDIA today, I said often, y'all, mark your levels. Once it goes against your why or your reason for getting in the trade, get out, right? Live to trade another day. So we are looking at the SPY. We closed at 662.23, right? Only to come, we've been moving to the upside, especially after coming off of this 653, right? So where are the trouble places for the SPY as of right now? And yes, those charts are very congested. I have to agree with you. However, I can possibly tell you where the possible areas of support and resistance or your trouble places could be, right? So as of now, we can say support 666.30, resistance somewhere around 667.27. However, we've tried to test that area, the high of this candle, 667.70. So where are the trouble places? We would need to break back above the 667.97, possibly have trouble 668.58. Again here at 659.01, breaking that 669.45. And should we break that level 669.85, breaking that 670.35, 670.66. Again at 671.23, breaking that 671.48, and at 671.86. So those are possible areas of resistance to the upside for the SPY. Now, say for instance we lose this support at the SPY BMA, we come back down under the 666.30 or the 666.12. Let's say that the next level of support is around the 665.85 and breaking that 665.46. Y'all see that is kind of close to that 20 EMA. Breaking that brings us back to around 665.16. There's a few layers of support here at 664.89 and breaking that 664.55. Breaking that, y'all see the ATR trail and stop, 20 EMA and a level that we have marked at that 664.12. That could be a strong area of support for the SPY in this area here. So breaking, and as we see, price was here, right? So if we break this area of 664.12, not far away at 663.90, that could be a support area. So again, this could be a strong area of support for us. Breaking that, we could very well come back to 663.41, breaking that 663.41 for the SPY today, 662.77. And should we break that 662.40 and under that, we have 662.03. So if you're trading the SPY today, those are possible areas of support and resistance. Again, not financial advice, right? So we are now looking at Tesla. And I say it so often, y'all, Tesla does what Tesla does. We closed at 429.24. The high of this candle here was at 4 o'clock. I look at that. 435.78, only to trade in this little zone. Y'all see that support is around 433.50, resistance at 434.54. I like to see that, right? So that means we could possibly have a strong move to the upside or a very big decline to the downside. So where are the trouble places for Tesla to the upside? We need to get back above the 436.19, possibly to have trouble around the 436.99, again at 437.71, 438.42, 439.27. Breaking that 439.27 brings us back to that 440.41. That has been a strong area of support and resistance for Tesla. Let's say that, right? So breaking this area 440.41, possibly 442.29, 443.13. There's a few layers of support resistance in this area for Tesla. So we're going to say back to the 445.84. Keep in mind, we could very well get stopped out anywhere in this area here. So if you are trading Tesla today, those are possible areas of resistance. Now let's look to the downside. If we lose this area here of 435.50, we can come back to 432.22, breaking that level 429.99 and breaking that. Y'all see that 428.60 is right kind of close to that ATR trail and stop at the 428.84. In my opinion, this could be a very strong area of support for Tesla. Why? We have traded in this area for a while before, right? So breaking that level shortly right under that is 428.01, 427.26, 426.43, 425.70, and breaking that 423.25. Should we break that 422.22? I remember that. Why? Because y'all see we were in this area before and it is an area of support for us again, right? So breaking that level, we could possibly come back to a 420.39 again here at 418.62, 417.54, and if we should break that, 416.56. So these are possible areas of support and resistance for Tesla. I say it often, y'all. Trade carefully, mark your levels. Once it goes against your reason for getting in the trade, have the discipline to get out, right? Because in this market, anything is possible. I don't predict the market. I always say trade what you see. So I look at the charts and I try to, trade against buy off support, sell at resistance, right? So again, this is what I see when I look at the market. I said often, y'all, there's so many different ways to trade the market, and what's challenging is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you and for you to have the discipline to execute your plan. So I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day today. If you could please again, like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. Until next time, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.